Hey guys, Mark Brooks here with Art of Baseball Productions with the Swing Analysis Series, where you tell me whose swing you'd like to see today. I'll give you some hitting tips today that you can use to be a better hitter tomorrow. Now today we have Yasiel Puig, and if you don't know who this guy is, man, you've been hiding under a rock, right? One of the most exciting players to watch on TV right now. What's the source of his success? You know, he plays the game with reckless abandon. He's not afraid of making a mistake. I've talked about this in other videos. But he also does a lot of things correct with his swing. He's a very athletic player. He looks kind of like a football player. Reminds me a lot of Mike Trout. But if you look at the swing right here, he absolutely crushes this pitch. And there are two things that I want you guys to take note of. One is that he stays closed. I've talked about this a lot as well. If you look at his front shoulder, it's tucked right under his chin. With the younger players, I use the analogy of going from Ike to Mike, Ike being the front shoulder, and then Mike being the back shoulder, just like that. So Ike to Mike. And now what this does, this allows the hitter, this inspires the hitter to stay close for as long as possible. A lot of times hitters get pull happy. They tend to fly open with their hips, they fly open with their shoulders, and what happens is that they're either out in front of the baseball, they hit the outer half of the baseball, they're rolling over on pitches. Stay inside the baseball, think middle away, and you can do that by staying close for as long as possible. And a great, effective reminder is going from Ike to Mike. This is something that is, I think, effective for younger kids. Not necessarily the best approach for you older guys. You should already have an understanding of how to do that without needing simple little analogies like this. But if it helps, right? Obviously, Yasiel Puig is using this approach of keeping his chin on his shoulder, and he stays close just as good as anybody else. The other thing is that this is a high fastball. This is a fastball up in the zone. And the art of staying on top of the baseball is imperative, especially whenever you start playing at the next level where guys are throwing harder, they're able to hit their location. The key to staying on top of the baseball is getting the bat head on the plane of the pitch as early as possible for as long as possible. And you look at it right here, his hands go back, and as soon as he starts to rotate, his bat head is on the plane of the pitch. Now you can practice this by getting a tee and setting it up high. Set the tee as high up in the zone as possible, so just below the letters of a jersey. You can put the tee on a bucket, practice getting on top of the baseball, and driving the pitch up the middle, up and away. And that's basically it. It's not something, this isn't anything revolutionary. You've probably heard this before, but if I were to ask you how often do you practice this, I bet your answer would be not as much as it should be to get to where you want to be. So hope this helps, guys. If you have any questions, leave a question or leave a comment down below. If there's any other swing you'd like for me to break down, please let me know. If you haven't signed up to the Art of Baseball newsletter, go ahead and do that at artofbaseball.net. I'll talk to you guys later. Good luck.